Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 in the arena. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. 1 2 tree. What's up, everybody? What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me put out a post, everybody. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Happy Memorial Day weekend, man. What's everyone getting into? What's up, bro? What's up? Lost my FXA this weekend. Dude, that's really, really unfortunate. Dude, my camera is like whacked out. What's up, Winter? How are you? Abu, what's up, man? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning. Good morning, Hawk. What's up, buddy? What's up, everybody? Alert parodies. I don't know what that even is. Good morning. Good morning, baby. Yeah, free sauce Saturdays, man. Free saucy Saturdays. Hold on, let me see. Make sure everything looks good. I'm in the process of uploading a video right now too on TikTok, so my thing's a little bit glitched out here. What's up, bro? I love your videos. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I'm at work right now, but gotta pull up for PJ. Let's go, JB. Feel better after your last video showed the wife. Bro, market is closed today. This is scam. Please don't start, bro. Please don't start. You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. Hold on, I want to make sure everything looks good on my TikTok with the live stream right now. Can someone follow the stream real quick? I want to make sure I have like this little alert thing I'm working with. I want to see if it works here. If you guys are just tuning in and you've never followed my page, let me see if this thing works. Okay, it is working. Cool. I just don't know how to reposition. You need to unlock the source. Yeah, but like I can't unlock the source, bro. What? Oh, that's how. Okay. All right. Let me move this like right here. Bet. All right. Sorry about that. I'm just getting set up with some different scenes here on TikTok for you guys to make things look a little bit better. Always improving, chat. You can always improve 1% better each and every day. Sammy, what's up, man? What game do I play on PS5? You guys are going to laugh at me, man. The game that I play the most right now is Top Spin 2K25. It's a tennis game. But I played everything, bro. I was a streamer before I was a trader. Well, not really, but I traded while I streamed. But I play Rainbow Six, I play Apex, Call of Duty, you know, all those games, dude. All those fun games. I'm about to pass 3 combines. Yo, GTA 6, man. Don't worry, I got my PC ready for that. That's gonna be fun. Go like this. Okay. All right. What's my motive for today? I don't know, man. We're gonna just kind of get into it as we go and see what we get going. I do want to talk about, again, if you guys are new here, I do want to talk about the bread and butter model that presented itself at what time was this at? 7:10 in the morning, Thursday, May 22nd. So let me switch over the scene real quick. I was gonna let this fill up to like 200 people before we started, but am I going to talk about Delta Confluence? That's yeah. Monday's a bank holiday, guys. I will not be trading Monday. I don't think anyone should be trading Monday. It's going to be a half day, low volume. You don't want to be dealing with that. I'm struggling to pass TPT. Hold on one second. Let me switch over. Hey, M-Bags, thank you so much, man. Why does it say Asian educate? Hold on a second here. Saturday morning session. Saturday morning sessions. Let's just change the color. Maybe that will help the algorithm today. Because last time it said I was unoriginal content. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Guys, go and like PJ's last video real quick. Yeah, I would appreciate that. I don't even know what the last video was. I think I just posted the last video. All right, let's get it. Let's get on into it. PJ, do you think it's a problem if I only get along with forward test? What do you mean you only get along? Like you only forward test? PJ, should we only wait for session liquidity to be swept? Yes, yes. You want to wait for some sort of liquidity to be swept to trade, guys. Liquidity is going to be your best friend. Thank you, M-Bags. Thank you so much for the subscription, man. I appreciate that subscription to the channel. You might be my first subscriber on here, actually. Really appreciate that, bro. So, yeah. Here's the thing, right? You want to wait for a liquidity sweep. To whoever asked me that question, you want to always wait for some kind of liquidity to be swept, right? If you don't have a liquidity sweep, you don't have a trade, in my opinion. It gets trading gets really hard when you don't have liquidity to trade off of. I mean, with my models and the way I trade, liquidity sweeps into PD arrays, into major liquidity pools, V-shaped recovery, that is going to give us the highest probability trade setup. So like in this example here, this is probably one of the cleanest examples we can go over. So I'm going to keep talking about it until the wheels fall off because this is the model right here. This is like A+. This happened on Thursday, May 22nd. I haven't seen one like this clean in a minute. So I want to show you guys how this is an AMD. I appreciate that so much for the sub bags. Appreciate that, man. If you guys want to follow along with me, you guys can go back to May 22nd at 2:30 a.m. Bring price back to like 8:15 in the morning if you guys are following along. If you guys want to follow along, you guys can follow along on TradingView and bring back price so we can all go over it together. I think that'd be pretty easy for you guys to follow along with. So I want to first go over like AMD, right? I want to first go over AMD. If you're not familiar with AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, if I can spell. Okay. So accumulation is when the market is consolidating in a pattern and it's not breaking out of any range up or down, right? So that's going to be your accumulation and or consolidation phase. So if you guys have heard these terms before, thank you so much for the likes too, guys. We're almost at 5K likes already. That's pretty wild. Let's see if we can get up to 10K likes. People are still starting to file in, and so if you've heard the term before, accumulation or consolidation, this right here represents that right there. This right here is going to be your accumulation. We're going to change this to, we'll change it to blue. Okay. So this right here is your accumulation phase. Somebody asked me, well, do we wait for a manipulation of some sort? Yes. You always need to wait for manipulation of some sort. Okay. Now, if you guys are familiar with ICT and you've gone through at least the 2022 mentorship, you'll be able to follow along a lot easier, in my opinion. If you have not gone through the mentorship, it's totally fine. I will explain it to you in a very easy to learn manner. I think that's why the channel's so popular, the Discord's so popular, the premium's so popular. I am taking concepts that basically are, I would say, complex and showing you the easiest way to do it. That's what trading to me should be. It should be the easiest route to profitability, not the most complex strategy, not the most complex algorithms, not a bunch of baloney. This is what works the best. You don't need to come into the day with a predetermined daily bias with this idea. What you're looking for, guys, is a sweep of liquidity at a major swing, low or high. So let's just bring price back because I'm going to go through exactly what happens here. Here's your accumulation phase. As you can see here, the London high is put in at 3:05 a.m. in the morning. That's the highest point the market has gone so far. That's going to be your London high. Okay? Does everyone understand that? This is like a very basic level understanding. We have a London high and a London low, right? The time frame I'm working on right now is a 5-minute if you're following along. Type 1 if you understand this basic level of highs and lows, please. Type 1 if type 2 if you don't. I need to make sure everyone's on board with this. Okay, so for the people that don't understand that, really quickly, I saw some 2s in there. If you don't understand London highs and London lows, I'm going to give you the indicator to do it for you. It's free. I'm not gatekeeping. Okay, it's completely free. If you go to my Discord, this is on the Discord in the free indicator section. If you want to mark out all your London highs and Asia highs and all this stuff, copy my exact settings. Copy my exact settings. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to copy these settings. Okay? 1 minute exactly to copy the settings. I'm going to quickly turn the air on because I'm sweating. So copy those settings. All right, I had to change my shirt because it was too hot in my room. So here's the ICT kill zone and pivots TFO, guys. This is this is probably the most used indicator I use in all my trading. I don't use indicators in real-time price action. This is how we're getting highs and lows of Asia, London, AM, lunch, New York PM, okay? Copy this. I'm taking it off the screen. Don't ask me to bring it up again. You could screenshot this on your phone. I'm taking off the screen, okay? So, now, what we're going to do is we're going to put it on our chart here. And it's going to look like this. It's very, very simple, bro. A baby can do it, right? Very, very simple. A baby can do it. It's going to mark out your London high. It's going to mark out your London low. It's going to mark out your Asia low, your Asia high, and any other highs that are irrelevant, which is going to be previous days' highs and lows. Down here, New York AM low, New York PM high up here, okay? You're just going to strictly mark these levels out, and then you're going to put next to the lines what they are, right? We need to know what these are, right? We can't just put lines. We need to know this is London high. We need to know that this is Asia low. We need to know that this is New York PM high. Are you guys with me? Type 1 if you're with me. Type 1 if you're with me. Okay. Beautiful. Now, let's look at this, right? Let's look at this and let's figure out what we're doing here. There's a couple things that immediately are going to stand out to me. Okay? A couple things that are immediately standing out to me. Number one, we're building up a crazy amount of low resistance liquidity in this channel. Okay? If you guys have been a part of the channel, part of the YouTube, a part of the Discord, part of the premium, wherever the heck you guys are in this community, we have low resistance liquidity getting built up on to the downside on this model here. All of these wicks that you see getting built up on the way are orders that we're fighting for position here. That means if the market snaps to the downside here, it's going to target all of this liquidity quickly because it's low resistance. It wants to grab it with speed. Okay? It's called LRLR for my people that are taking notes that want to know all the ICT terms, analogy, whatever. It's LRLR, low resistance liquidity. Okay. This is where we want to trade into. These are draws on liquidity for us, right? If the market flips, right, we want to target all of this crap. Okay. That's number one. Number one is we got a ton of low resistance, a lot of LRLR built up. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to need to identify, what's going on here in current price action, chat? What do you guys see happening in current price action? I mean, it's pretty simple. I already told you guys in the beginning what this was. What is this right here? This is accumulation, right? We're accumulating and we're consolidating in a range. We haven't broke out one way or the other. Okay? Everyone that's saying that, guys, I want to say something. Also, when you guys show up to my free classes, sometimes I give away things. People that are answering questions quickly might win free accounts on prop firms. I'm just saying, it happened in the last stream. So make sure you're answering and you're paying attention. You might just win something. Okay? Here's the accumulation phase. Right? We're accumulating right here, and we're not trading anything yet, though. We're not. We haven't swept liquidity to the downside and or to the upside. So I'm not interested in this price right now. We're accumulating. Let's progress with the trade now. Now that we have draws on liquidity, guys, there's a framework to the trade now, right? We're not just blindly trading. What way is this going to go? We know that we have a London high, we have Asia low, and a New York PM low. Okay. Now let's take this a step further. Let's get a little bit more advanced, because this is what makes this trading model higher probability now. Like this is where we're talking about taking this from like 50% probability to like upper 60s, closer to 70, even higher than that. Okay. If we look to the left here, we have a bearish fair value gap, which is also known as a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. It's right here. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see this? I'm going to mark this out as a 5-minute bearish FVG. Can you guys see that? Type 1 if you can understand what this is. This is very important. If you don't understand this part, it's like you're not going to get it. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Guys, I appreciate the 14K likes, man. We're getting up there. Let's see if we can get to 20K likes right now. If you're new to the stream, make sure you follow the stream right now. I do this free every Saturday morning. I'm a 9-year professional day trader teaching ICT concepts. It's all free, so just show love back. I'll show you love in return. So we've got a 5-minute sell side imbalance right here that we have resting right above consolidation. Now, this is when my eyes are getting very like, oh, wow, like this is going to be juicy. Okay. This market now, what I'm looking for is a rip up to London high into this bearish gap, V shape. Then we're looking for a model targeting what, chat? Targeting what? Targeting what? Quick. Yes. Targeting opposite draws on liquidity. We're going from, ready? We're going from internal. What are we doing here? We're going from internal to external liquidity. Remember, swing lows and swing highs are external liquidity. Internal liquidities are fair value gaps and or order blocks. Okay? So we are looking for a potential internal to external move here, right? Okay, so we're not doing anything in the zone. This is where dumb money gets chopped up, and this is where dumb money loses their money. We're waiting for a sweep. Okay, let's delete this for now. We're waiting for a sweep, and now I'm just going to replay price. There's our sweep, right? There's our sweep. Very quick, very fast. You got to be ready for it. Now, do you notice how this thing just right out of the 5-minute gap, it goes right into C of that gap? Look, it goes right into C of the gap and rejects. Look at that candle.
But PJ, ICT concepts are completely random. They don't work. I trade delta confluences. Okay, bro. Please stop talking. Anyway, here's how we go right up into that 5-minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. We go straight into CE of the gap. Oh, that's just random, bro. You got lucky. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me stop. Let me stop. So it goes into the 5-minute gap. That's our sweep, guys. Now, why is that our sweep? Why is that our sweep? People get very confused at this. They're like, well, why am I not taking a long here? We broke out. You have to wait. You have to wait to see what price is going to do. You can't just blindly long this. This is why I don't like, it's not that I don't like breakout traders. I think breakout traders can make money, but I think breakout traders get into a lot of trouble like often because a breakout trader is going to try to long this here, right? Like, oh, we broke London high. We broke London high. I'm going to run my stops here. And now I'm going to target. And I used to do this, dude. I used to do this. I'm going to now target here, right? But what they don't understand, and this is an ICT concept, is that sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency has not been flipped yet to the upside for this to be valid. Do you understand? Like, that's the part that if you don't understand ICT, this is where you're going to get wrecked so many times, guys. This is going to wreck you if you're a breakout trader, because a breakout trader doesn't even know what a fair value gap is. So they're longing here, and then watch how fast they get stopped. They're stopped already on this idea. Because what they didn't understand is that there's a 5-minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. The market wanted to rebalance it, go lower, manipulate. So watch out if you're a breakout trader. Honestly, breakout traders could benefit from knowing what a gap is. Honestly, if you're a breakout trader sitting here in the chat, you would really benefit from knowing what a fair value gap is. Because I'll be honest with you, if this flipped to the upside, that's a great trade. That is literally a 5-minute inverse, and now you can target higher. Okay? So just a little side note of whatever. Just a little side note on that. Guys, 28,000 likes, man. We're getting up there. But honestly, the follows are a little weak. I think we could get like 100 followers real quick here. We got 500 people in the stream. If you guys are new here, just tuning in, please follow the TikTok. That's all I ask for you. Free education for follow backs. Appreciate it. So, T-Night, thank you so much for the heart. Wanzi, thank you for the heart. Guys, thank you for all the tips, man. You don't got to do that, but I really do appreciate that, man. Thank you. So we're in the 5-minute gap now. And this is the part, guys, where you need to understand that this is manipulation, right? So we accumulate, we manipulate to the upside. I'm going to mark this as pink. Okay. There's the manipulation. And then I want you to visualize this. I want you to visualize this part. This is it. This is now distribution. Okay. This is going to be manipulation. And now we're going to have distribution. Okay. This is the AMD model. No, we need a different color. Let's go. No, let's go that color. Okay. Are you guys able to visualize this now a little bit easier with the colors? We're on the 5-minute time frame, guys. If you're keeping with us here, 5-minute time frame. Hold on, let me just write it, dude. People ask this question way too much. 5-minute time frame. We are currently looking at May 22nd at 6:40 a.m. If you guys ask me this question again, you're getting banned. It's right here. 5-minute time frame, May 22nd, 6:40 a.m. Just kidding. I'm not going to ban you. Everyone relax. Here it is in all its glory. The AMD model. This is the model that... Thank you, ICT. Thank you. Thank you for showing us. Thank you. So... Hey, I was planning on joining premium. What's offered in it, bro? There's so much offered in that. It's if you go onto the Discord, go to the get access page, just read through it. Live trading, trade reviews, monthly two classes a month, course, premium education, free giveaways only for premium. Like there's so much stuff. Just go read through it. ICT, our Lord and Savior. Yo, that's so funny, bro. That is so funny. Guys, relax, dude. Holy crap. I can already see that there's people in this group that are already so impatient. So where do you place your entry? How do I trade this? Please tell me everything right now. Give it to me right now. Give it to me. Relax, dude. Relax. Relax. Everything is going to be taught. Just take a chill pill. Take a Xanax. Relax. Okay. Now that we know what the AMD model is, give it to me now, PJ. Give it to me now. Now that we know that this is AMD, I'm going to delete all this, guys, and we're going to talk about the actual model here. Okay. So this market comes up into the 5-minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. On the leg up, chat, what does it leave behind on the leg up? Go ahead, answer it quick. Quick. What does it leave behind? Let's go. I see. I don't know who said it first, but just be on your toes. Be on your toes. Be on your toes. You never know when I'm going to give away a free prop firm account here. Never know. I got a lot of them. Okay. Here's the 5-minute bullish FVG. So now what do we have here? We have a 5-minute sell side imbalance getting manipulated into. Okay. We have a 5-minute bullish fair value gap left behind. Okay. What we're waiting for out of this zone is now a V-shaped recovery. In this example, we're looking for a V-shaped recovery. What is a V-shaped recovery? A V-shaped recovery is a rejection block or a very strong reversal out of a key zone that we're looking at. We don't want to see lethargic price. We want to see V-shape, boom. I don't want to see this. I want to see V-shape, boom. Okay? So what we're waiting for now is the next candle. Boom. That looks pretty good. That looks like a V-shaped recovery to me, right? That's very strong V-shaped recovery. Anyone that just got long there just got wrecked. Okay? Anyone that just got long there got wrecked. So now this looks really good. Now, but what happened? Let's delete. Let's kind of slow this down for the beginners here that are just tuning into the channel. Welcome in, guys, if you're new. This is a safe space. You can ask questions, relax. We're talking about the inverted fair value gap model, okay? And we're talking about my favorite model when it's delivering out of a PD array and there's low resistance liquidity and there's a draw on liquidity lower, okay? So now that we flipped this 5-minute gap, I'm getting very interested. I'm very interested, right? We're going to mark this a 5-minute inverse, which is now a 5-minute inverted fair value gap, okay? We have a 5-minute bullish gap that just got disrespected by the bearish candle. This gap is now a inverted fair value gap, okay? This is an inverted fair value gap. All of the breakout traders that tried longing here were our liquidity. We just took their stops and orders, and now they're our liquidity. The market now wants to send this into a market maker sell model. It baited you in to buy, and now we're flipping. This is when smart money, okay? This is when smart money steps in, which is what we want to be, smart money, not the dumb money, okay? So now what are we doing, chat? Now what are we doing? What are we thinking about here? What are we thinking? What are we thinking?
Wait for retest, distribution. Okay. So now that we have a 5-minute flip, no, we're not turtle souping. No. No, not going long. No. I see some right answers and I see a lot of wrong answers, but we'll just ignore that for the time being. There is going to be two ways of trading this once we have it, right? Somebody asked me, where's my entry, PJ? How do I trade it? Here's going to be entry number 1. This entry, in my opinion, is going to be risky. Okay, this entry is going to be risky, and here's why. Now, Asia low is going to be your first target in this scenario. Okay, and then New York PM low would be your final TP. Now, this entry here is going to be risky. The reason it's going to be risky is often, not all the time, often, the market wants to come back up into the inversion and then go. It wants to retest that broken inversion and then go. But there's going to be times where the market doesn't come up and test the inversion and it just rips to the downside. So you as a trader need to make that decision. Do I want to wait for a retest or do I want to take this straight right here for a short? Okay. That's the decision you have to make as a trader. Now, personally, I'll sometimes trade this both ways. It depends. Sometimes I'll take the retest. Sometimes I take the straight breakaway. It kind of depends. In this example here, the retest of the inversion is the smarter play because you're dealing with a 5-minute order block right here. Okay, order block lessons, maybe another time. But we're dealing with a 5-minute order block right here. What I would do is wait for a retest first. Okay. Here's the retest. Right. Now, on the retest, watch how this RR changes here. That RR changes nicely. Now we're rocking a 1.89 RR trade. You could run the stop above the swing high. You could run the stop here. And then target opposite draw on liquidity in that example. It really makes a big difference in the RR and the risk, in my opinion, if you can get the inverse. Okay. So that's going to be, in my opinion, the best area to enter is once we inverse and we retest it, then you're entering there. And then all you're doing is just waiting for the trade to play out towards opposite draws on liquidity, which you see we get really nicely there. Really, really nicely. The RR on this trade, with this stop, would be a 1 to 3.24. If you wanted it tighter, it would have to be above the inversion, like maybe a couple points above the inversion. Yeah, about 7-8 points above the inversion, which would change it into a 1.7 RR trade. So, couple different ways to place the stop. Safe stop, a little bit higher risk stop. This is like the juicier stop for a bigger RR, less risk. Up here, you're running a wider stop of 40 points. Over here, you're running 20 points, which I think is more appropriate. I like to get in on trades where I'm like risking a little bit and going for high RR trades. It's going to keep you in the game longer. And if you guys have been part of the premium, we've hit so many big trades that they've paid us for so many weeks. And then like the small losses I have really don't mean anything because I caught 200 points, 95 points, 100 points, fit. When your RR is at least a 1 to 2, chat, you guys only have to be right 33% of the time to be break-even trader, right? So you guys should all be focusing on 1 to 2 RR trades. So like right here is a 1 to 2 RR trade. If you could do this consistently, right here, that's all you need. If you can do that consistently, you will make money trading. People don't realize that, but you only need to be a 1 to 2 RR trader. And you have to be above 33%. So like 34, 35%, you would be a profitable trader. So just take that in consideration. You don't want to be like, if you're like a 1-to-1, if you're a 1-to-1 R trader, you're going to have a higher win rate. That's how it works. So with my model, typically my average RR is anywhere from like, it's right in like the 1.25 to 1.3 range. That's where my RR rests.
And that to me is the sweet spot for day traders. Like if you're in that range there, you're going to make money long term. You just got to watch your risk. If your risk sucks, can't help you there. No break of structure? Yeah, it's not required. It's not required. If you wanted to wait for a break of structure, you could just wait for this to get snapped right here if you really wanted to. If you wanted to wait for a break of structure or a change in the state, you're going to have to wait for this in this example here. But the reason that in this example, guys, the reason that the change in the state is not that important is because the way we're delivering out of the gap. Like we're bearish, right? We're overall higher time frame bearish here. We're delivering out of the 5-minute PD array. LR galore here. Like there's a lot of factors and things like, well, I don't think the change in the state's not that important. If we flip this aggressively, it's pretty obvious that we're going towards opposite draws on liquidity. There's a lot to think through when you're doing this. It's not just like, oh my God, long or short. Like, no, we need to know where are draws. Do I have LR? Am I delivering out of this PD array here? You know what I mean? Do I have a V shape? All this stuff's a big factor. Is the higher time frame bearish? Is the higher time frame bullish? Like, all a huge factor. How many trades you take on average per day? The max amount of trades you'll ever see me take in a day is probably 3. And that's probably typically if I took a winner and like a winner and a loser and then like a break even, that's probably the max. Or usually it's like around 2. 2 is usually like 2 to 3. 3 is the most. Typically, bro, but if I hit one trade and it's like this trade, I'm not trading anymore. That's it. 1-0, done. 1-1, usually done. 0-2, completely done. No, per day, bro, not per week. AM session has been ass. You don't need a SMT, guys. SMT is optional. It's an optional thing. People are so obsessed, chat, with SMTs, man. It drives me nuts, bro. It drives me nuts. You don't need to be trading SMTs with the model. Now, if you have it, let's just say that we have an SMT here. If we have let me see. Do we have an SMT here? Oh my God, we do have an SMT here. Yeah, this trade is probably an 80% win rate trade. I didn't even realize there was an SMT here. Oh God, I'm going to have to teach SMT now. I just set myself up for that, didn't I? Oh my God. Type 1 if you want me to talk about SMTs. I set myself up for that. GG's. I set myself up. Damn it. All right, I'll talk about SMTs here. If we get 100 new followers in the next 5 minutes, let's go. We're at 119 followers on this stream. I think we do way better than that. We got 600 people in the live. If you want me to talk about SMTs, make sure you're following the live right now. Let's go. Free Education Saturday, presented by Tostitos, the chip company. Yes, I have a Discord, guys. I have a free Discord and a premium Discord. If you want to trade with me live 5 days a week, I do that in my premium Discord. Education, course, trading, reviews, analysis, classes. The best value you probably will ever spend in the future space. I'm not even saying that to say I think I'm grossly the cheapest there is. I might be like too cheap, but it is what it is. Premium Discord is a monthly charge. It's $100 a month. And you get to trade with me. All right, here we go. SMTs. I'm going to explain this once and for all. Here it is in a very basic level. Everyone pay attention. Wow, can't spell. SMT. SMT. PJ, what's SMT? How do I trade it? I want to trade it. I want to trade SMTs. I need SMTs. Why is there no SMTs? Please talk about SMTs. Okay, here we go. SMT equals smart money tool and or smart money technique. However you want to phrase it. Okay. What it means, it's very simple, but so many people get this wrong. Even in my premium, people get this wrong. They always call it out. PJ, there's an SMT at the low. There's an SMT at the high. Here's what it is, chat. We're looking at the NASDAQ here. Everyone needs to understand this. I'm looking at NQ. This is NQ, right? What do you notice here, right? We sweep London. You see how we sweep London? There's a sweep of London. Just joined premium, man. Thank you so much, buddy. I'll see you on Tuesday. So we sweep, right? SMT gets swept and we sweep London high. I want you guys to really understand this part. If we hop on the ES, which is the S&P 500, right? It's the other index in the stock market. We have the NASDAQ, which is mostly comprised of the top 100 tech companies. We have the S&P 500, which is the top 500 publicly traded companies in the country, okay? We're going to hop on ES. Watch the difference. Watch the difference. Watch the difference right here, guys. Watch the difference. What do you see different here? ES did not sweep the high. Look at this, chat. Look at this. Pay attention to me. Pay attention. Very important. You guys want to talk about SMTs, you got to pay attention. Here's the London high. You see how ES failed to sweep it? You see the difference here? I'm going to go back and forth real quick. Visualize this. Sweep. No sweep. That right there is SMT. That is a sign, a reversal, a hint, a clue that the market may be in for a reversal. The market may be in for a reversal. Now, should you use it blindly? No. Should you use it blindly? No. Should you use it in confluence with what I'm teaching you? Yes. If you can use that successfully, you have now turned a 50% probability trade into a much higher one. Okay? Because this is a very big clue. A very big clue that this market is ready to reverse. Okay? Now, people are already asking me, which one do I take the short on? Which one do I take which one would I take it on? If the S&P 500 is the weaker index on the day, meaning that it's down the more points than the NASDAQ, let's say. Let's make it easy. Let's say that the S&P is weaker on that day and it's down 1.25% and the NASDAQ is down 1%. I would then be looking to take the short on ES because it's weaker. Okay? So in this example, I'd probably be looking to take the short here. And look, the same exact model presents. The same exact model presents. There's a tiny 5-minute, a tiny one right in here. Look, it's right here. It's so tiny. You got to fine tune it, right? But here's the same idea. Failure to take London high, reversal, V-shape, 5-minute inverse, entry here, stops above the swing, targeting opposite draws on liquidity, being Asia here, New York PM here, and even lower from there. Okay? Whatever index is weaker, when you get an SMT at a swing high and or low, it's different for a low. Obviously, if you're taking a low, it means you're looking for a bullish reversal. You'd be looking for the stronger index to take the trade on. Does everyone understand that? Type 1 if you understand. Gian, thank you so much for the 12 roses, man. Or man or girl, I can't tell, but thank you so much for the 12 roses. I really appreciate that. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining the Discord. We got some new premium members. Welcome into the premium. I think you guys are really gonna love the channel. If you're in the free channel, get in there, get involved. We got great traders in there as well. You know, get familiar with the space. I've got a lot of channels, a lot of content. It's all in there. Premium's $100 a month. Ton of value in there though, man. So there's a ton of stuff in there. Are we all understanding now? Are we understanding SMT? Do we understand what this is now? It's when one major indice takes a swing high and the other one fails to take it. Look, NQ takes it. It's my last time showing this. ES fails to take it. That is an SMT. That is the juiciest SMT that you want to look for. That SMT right there combined with this model that I just taught you guys today is a superpower. It'll literally do a couple things for people here. One, it'll make you money. Two, it could turn you into a full-time trader. Three, you could pass an evaluation with this model. Four, you can get payouts with this model. Five, you could blow your entire account with this model because you're risking too much. You don't understand the model fully yet. There's a lot of scenarios here, man. I could give you it on a silver platter. Will you take it to the next level and learn how to do it? Will you watch me in a premium? Would you watch me how to do it? Will you continue to learn, or will you just take it and run with it? It doesn't matter what you do. Implement it in a way that is safe in the beginning. Size down. If you're using a new model, why would you be running a full mini here? Maybe run 5 micros. Maybe run 3 micros. Don't be an idiot is what I'm saying. Back test it, forward test it, learn it on paper first maybe, but start to implement it into your trading. I'm telling you, it will change your life if you do it correctly. It's changed my life. I've been a full-time trader for 5 years. I've been day trading for 9. I'm coming up on my 10th anniversary of trading in 2026 of January. Before ever being on social media, I started my social media in December. This is all I've done. This is why I traded under the radar. My wife said, Paul, PJ, you might as well start posting some content. You're really good at this stuff. And that's what I did in December. We grew to 104,000 people in a mere couple months. And, you know, now here I am. So this is the model, bro. This is a very good model, dude. A very, very good model. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not trying to like hate on anybody. You're going to run into people in the industry who are going to ask for $5,000 to $6,000. They're going to throw you in a mentorship and they're going to teach what I just taught you over the course of months because you paid a lot of money for it. I just taught you a model that they're going to teach you. Basically, I just gave it to you for free. So if I'm not providing enough value for you here, please don't come to the streams. If you're enjoying this stuff, just follow the stream. That's all I ask. Follow the channel. Engage with the comments. Engage with the community. That's all I ask. Globalized. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that, bro. Okay, so some people want to talk about psychology. Let me, if you want to talk about that, I got to bring up the big screen for that because psychology, man, it'll make or break you. It'll make or break you. So people struggling with psychology, I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna be super real. That's what I like to do here on the channel. If you're struggling with your psychology, you have to pretend that this is it for you. This is it.
if you want to make it in trading, and this is what I did, I'm telling you from experience, if you want to make it in trading, you have to put yourself against a rock and a hard place. What that means is you can't be lazy. You can't just show up to work in the morning, eyes crusted, no food in your body, no journaling, no prayer, no meditation, disrespecting your body physically, mentally, emotionally. If you want to make it in this business, you have to take your body and your mind to a new level. You have to take it to a new level, which means you have to really rip away old habits, right? Those old habits, you got to get rid of them. If you're someone that likes to drink a lot and wake up hungover, do drugs and hang out with the wrong crowd and not journal, and not meditate, and not do all these things I'm telling you to do, you will not make it in this business, because guess what? This business forces you to become a better version of yourself. In the beginning of my career in 2016, I was just, forget it. Literally doing everything that you shouldn't do. My biggest trade during that span, I'll never forget it. I made $21,000 trading AUD USD on a short. I'll never forget it. Okay. The way I made that money, though, was not healthy. It was not healthy. I was like loading money into an account, YOLOing a position, and I got lucky, really. That is not sustainable. So if you're at a point in your journey right now where you're doing stupid stuff like that, it's not sustainable. I'll tell you right now, from someone that's been doing it 10 years. If you want to be sustainable in this business, your risks has got to be number one. Your psychology has got to be numbered probably 1, 2 in the same slot. Your discipline's got to be impeccable. Your patience has to be impeccable, right? There are so many elements to trading, to being a successful trader on the psychology side. I could probably write an entire book about, really. So I recommend that you guys, if you're struggling with your psych, you got to force yourself into a position. This is a really, really great demonstration. Actually, I did this too, and this is really cool. I think you guys are going to like this. I'll bring people on that are requesting to talk in a little bit, guys. We'll do some Q&A in a little bit. But let me tell you something that's really, really, dude, this is going to change your life. I mean, it changed mine. It helped me. If you're trading right now on a funded account or you have a personal account, what I would do is I would take one of your bills that you have, credit card, car, maybe phone, maybe water, lights, whatever it may be, and I would try to make that amount of money for the month and then stop trading. So let's say that you have a credit card bill and you want to just trading, you want that to cover your credit card expenses. Trade into whatever that is, make that amount of money, and stop for the month. This is going to build confidence in your trading. It's gonna get you, first of all, you're going to realize the money, right? You're going to take that money out, pay your bill. That mentally is going to put you in a clear mind state already. That's going to help so much already. And then slowly increase. So what I did, when I was on personal capital, I would take out money that I needed for things, right? So credit card expense. Then I would ladder up until a bigger expense, like a car bill. I'm thinking to myself, if I can pay my car with this, I can, this is going to work. Like, I can make this work. But what you don't realize that you're doing is you're trading for a purpose. You're no longer trading because you think it's a video game and it's on a screen. You're trading for a real purpose now. You need to cover that bill. Okay? So what I would do is I start small. Maybe you want to cover your grocery expenses. Make that amount, stop trading. Maybe you want to cover your CC. Make that amount, stop trading. Maybe you want to cover now your car payment. Make that amount, stop trading. Maybe you want to cover your mortgage. Make that amount, stop trading. It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe it's a student loan.
right? But now you're trading with a real purpose. And I'm telling you right now, mentally, that is going to put you guys in a position that I can't really even explain to you in real time. You just got to do it. Because now you're trading for a purpose. You're trading for a reason. You are relying on that money. And now you can't be a damn idiot. You can't come into the charts and be an idiot. You can't YOLO. You can't revenge trade. You have to have a strict set of rules. I need this $100 for my credit card payment this month. I got to lock in. It will apply a pressure to you. And that's what I want to happen. When you have no pressure, I don't really care. You want to know the top thing I get from mentorship students? You want to know the top thing? I don't really take this seriously. I have a job already. So like I can cover my eval expenses. It doesn't really affect me. So like I feel like it's a video game in a way where like I'm not realizing the money, so I just keep doing it. Most people have that exact problem. So what I want you guys to do, what worked for me, you got to put a purpose to your trading. What is this going to cover this month? What expenses is this going to cover? Start small and ladder and ladder and ladder and ladder. And eventually you'll get to a point where your trading is now covering how much money you're making at your real job. You see where I'm going with this? So you got to start small and start to ladder. Guys, I've been doing this for 9 years. I wasn't an overnight success. People say that. It took me 9 years to be successful, basically. About 4.5 to become profitable. And then after that, I'm telling you, the money will come back to you tenfold. That's the thing about trading. You might be down 10, 15, 20K in the first 4 years. And then all of a sudden you have a 30K month. And then a 40K month. And then a 50K month. And then a 100K month. And it just boom, 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 boom. It's a ladder. So that's what I would do. And that's going to be really, I think, something that's going to really help you guys out. Try that technique. It seems so like minute and small, but just do it, man. Try it for a month. Try to pay your bill for a month. Whatever bill that is with your trading, and watch your trading kind of get, fine-tuned, because you're like, every trade that you put on now is affecting your business. That's how I look at it. Is this trade right here, like let's say that we're taking this trade right here. I know that this trade right here is going to have a high probability of making me money in my business, right? I know that if I'm trading in this zone here, that I am trading in an area that is not going to be a high return on my money. If I'm trading in this accumulation zone here, from what we know, this area is what we call seek and destroy price action. This is going to be an area where my business is going to directly be affected because it's a lower probability trading environment. We have no sweep of liquidity, right? We have no opening range breakout, nothing. Okay? So every time you take a trade, dude, every time you take a trade, how is this going to affect my business today? How do I answer to my shareholders about this position I'm taking today? What are they going to ask me? Think about that. I made a video about this. It went viral. If you had 15 board members to answer to every single day, would you be clicking the button 15 times a day, making degenerate trades? No. But most people don't get it. Most people don't get it. This is what I call seek and destroy price action right here. Yeah, this is seek and destroy. This is just consolidation, seek and destroy. People get caught in this environment and they lose a lot of money. Now, what you want to wait for, obviously, is what I tell you guys. You want to wait for manipulation. If we have a London high resting there, we need that London high to get manipulated first. So there's your manipulation leg. And then if you just hop over to ES, you're like, I usually have ES up on another chart too. Like I'll have ES up on like my left chart or top screen. And then this right here is telling me, oh crap, like we have an SMT here. Like we might be in for a smart money reversal. Like this is, you got to have at least 2 screens in my opinion, guys. If you're not running 2 screens, you're probably missing information that you should be knowing about. Do I use an indicator? No, man. No, I mark it out myself, bro. I recommend everybody learn how to mark things out yourselves. The more that you're in tune with marking things out and reading it in real time, the better you're going to be as a trader. If you want to rely on indicators, just know that they're lagging indicators. Nobody's going to be faster than you. An indicator is always going to be a lagging indicator. Degenerate trades. Bubbles, thank you so much for the lightning bolt and the heart. Trades, thank you so much for the rose. JJ, thank you for the hearts. Gian, thank you for the rose. Mateo, thank you for the goat. T-Night, thank you for the heart. Guys, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Do I have a mentorship? So I released a very limited mentorship in December. It was a 2-month thing. It sold out twice in like 4 minutes. I'm not doing it anymore. I will re-release that at a later time. Right now, I'm just strictly focused on the premium Discord. That Discord to me has so much value in it. So I'm just focusing on that. I mean, if you want to trade with me live, we have live trading. If you want trade breakdowns, we have that. If you want the course, we have that. If you want premium education uploaded every single week, we have that. If you want free giveaways, we have that. That's all just $100, bro. That's a monthly recurring. That's just if you want to take your trading to the next level. If you want to just be in the free Discord, we have the free Discord too. I don't really care where you guys go. I just want you guys to become independent thinkers, in my opinion. I'm trying to, help people become successful. Because I wish I had this when I started. I didn't have this. In 2016, I had nothing. I literally remember going on people's like Instagram stories and like screen recording their story to learn. I mean, now you got friggin' PJ Trade showing up on 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, giving away like literally a model that can make you $100K a year. Like, no problem. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast times change. The amount of information on the internet now is wild. Guys, thank you for 67,000 likes, dude. Holy crap. Let's go. Double chunk chocolate cookies and chicken bacon. Sorry. I got a little carried away. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jen, for the heart. I appreciate that. Thank you. What do we want to talk about, guys? What are we thinking? CJ, what are my draws? Come on, CJ. Come on, bro. I see you in the comments all the time. What's the draw? So, guys, on this trade model here, the draws on liquidity are obviously Asia low and New York PM low. And all of this LR built up here. Do we understand LR? Are we familiar with LR? Or do you want me to kind of go over that again? This is LR liquidity built up here. What I call it is free liquidity. I call that free liquidity. LR liquidity built up right here, guys. Going to your YouTube and Discord next. Thank you so much. Yeah, YouTube's got a lot of great stuff in there, man. I'm going to upload a video this week that I think is going to be pretty much what you guys watched here today, but in a YouTube form. And again, this stream will be reposted on YouTube, so. Oh, man. Oh, Brandon, thank you so much for the rose, the 9 roses, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. Will the sweep above London High be the stop hunt? Yes. Yes. It would 100% be the stop loss, the manipulation. And what makes it a higher confluence trade for me is that it's delivering out of a 5-minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, which is right here. This is a bearish FEG that the market put in prior, May 21st at 2:45 p.m. Market comes back up into that bearish FEG, that sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, sweeps liquidity above London High, puts in an SMT here, rejects CE and consequent encroachment of this gap. Consequent encroachment is the 50% line. It's just a fancy word. And then it flips to the downside. 5-minute inverted fair value gap model now here. I just taught this for the last hour if you guys are just showing up. 5-minute inversion. And we are targeting opposite draws on liquidity at this point. Asia low. New York PM low. And the reason that this trade is so juicy, all of this is LR liquidity. It's low resistance liquidity built up to the downside, paired up with Asia low and New York PM low. It is literally my A+ model. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. What do you look for? I look for opposite draws on liquidity, bro. LR, Asia low, New York PM low. When God said, hold on, somebody said something about God. When God, where the heck's it? Where God said, help struggling traders, PJs in the front seat. I appreciate that, man. God put me in a position to teach to people and to teach people about God as well. So that's why I'm here, bro. You look for reversals all the time. Sometimes we don't look for reversals, and I look for a continuation model. That's something that I teach in the premium. It's a different model. We have 4 models basically. This one being probably my favorite. Well, yeah. I got an Apex account. I also believe God put you on. I appreciate that, CJ. Absolutely, man. God bless you as well, Ginger. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Hope you're having a great day. Since there's a trend line, you are looking for a sweep of buy-side liquidity at 9 a.m. then. A sweep of buy-side? No, I'm not looking for a sweep of buy-side. This is a sell-side model here. I'm looking for... Oh, sorry. You're talking about the targets I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm looking for a sweep of, well, all of this LR to get tagged. And then take Asia, take New York PM low, which is going to be obviously the first external low, which would be the final TP in this situation here. I got an Apex account, but failed it and have not reached out to me, but I don't have any funds on the account. I don't know about that, man. Reach out to them. Recommend us some books? Dude, great question. I got you. All right. How are you trading on a Saturday? Oh, God, please. Give me the strength. Okay. Books we recommend for trading. Now, personal favorites, number 1, I don't have it with me here today, but Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is a must. It's an absolute must. If you guys have not read that book yet and you need help on your trading psychology, Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas, fantastic book, man. That's going to be my number 1 recommendation for people that are struggling with psychology. Trading in the Zone. Okay. Look that book up. It's by Mark Douglas. I lost my hardcover. It's somewhere in the house. I don't know where it is. Okay. Next book I'm going to recommend to you guys is going to be this book right here. If you like real stories with like real traders, this book is so cool. So much fun to read. Called Market Wizards. It's by Jack D. Schwager. This has real interviews with the top traders in the world. I'm talking about like billionaire traders, trillionaire traders. This is such a great book if you're really into that type of stuff. I'm totally into this stuff. I read this book so fast. It was such an easy read. So Market Wizards. That's going to be by Jack D. Schwager. Okay, great book. Fantastic book. Great read. This book right here, if you're struggling if you have issues with your psychology again, and you're really bad at losing. When I say that, that means you take a trade, you lose the trade, and you think you constantly need to get back into the trade to make your money back. You're a very bad loser. Then you need to read this book. Okay? You need to be the best loser at trading. I don't know how to say that, but like if you don't like losing, which I personally hate losing, but if you can't lose, in this business, you're never going to be successful. I take losses, but those losses never outweigh the amount of money that I make on my winners. You need to be the best loser possible. And this book right here is a game changer for people that are looking to flip that psychology around. This is not a trading related book, but this is for people that are struggling with anxiety, stress. You know, they want to understand more about how the brain works and how the enemy wants to attack you in your mind first. This book is written by Pastor Greg Kroschel. It's called Winning the War in Your Mind. Fantastic book, man. You don't realize what the enemy is trying to do to your mind at all times. Always trying to attack you. Always trying to put you under stress. Always trying to make you feel anxious. And this book right here, with obviously many scripture, biblical verses, and just the practices that God will give you to shape your thoughts. Absolute game changer. Winning the War in Your Mind. If you guys struggle with that, I highly recommend this book as well. So yeah, those are some of the books. Some of the books I recommend, man. There's some of the books I recommend. There's a lot of books out there, but those 4 books right there are really, really good. So here it is right here. Best Loser Wins, and then Winning the War on Your Mind. Fantastic books here, guys. Really good books. I love the fact that how this man always shouts God on it. Yeah. Hey, man. Like I said, first of all, God, shout out to God, number one. I wouldn't be here on this earth without him. I wouldn't be in this position without him. And, yeah, man, he changed my life, and I know he could change your guys' lives too, wherever you are in your journey. Do you use standard deviations? All right, I'm going to delete this, guys. You guys got these books? You guys are good with the books? I'm going to delete this. I'm going to talk about some standard deviation stuff real quick. Big fan from Morocco. Thank you, man. That's awesome. Morocco's beautiful. I would love to visit there someday. I would love to visit Morocco someday. Maybe I can come visit you, bro. You can give me a tour. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about standard deviations, when to use them, when they're important, when they make sense. This is when they make sense. I personally use standard deviations. Now, some of you guys might hear of like OTEs. Are you guys familiar with that? Are you guys familiar with OTEs, optimal trade entry model? It's part of the ICT stuff. I don't know if you guys heard of it before. Bro, why you delete your strategy from YouTube? How? I didn't delete my strategy from YouTube. What? I just gave my strategy out in like a 2-hour stream or an hour 15 stream. OTE, okay. So I don't really use OTEs. OTEs are like optimal trade entries. I don't use them. I use Fibonacci. I use the standard deviation tool, and I use it for targets. And I'm going to show you how to draw it and when it's the best to use. Okay. In this example, you guys see how this is the manipulation leg high and the manipulation leg low? What you're going to do is you're going to take that standard deviation tool and you're going to drag it down here. Now, guys, listen to me. If you don't have this tool set up, I'm not going over it. Just go over to my Discord, the free Discord. Go to Indicators tab. The Discord's in my bio. Go to Indicators tab. And I have the standard deviation, all the data right there, and I have the different things I have set up, the different deviations. Everything's right in there. I'm not going to go over that now. Just go into the Discord and do that. Now, what I want to show you guys is like really going to blow your mind. Oh, but PJ, ICT doesn't work, dude. What are you talking about? It doesn't work. Okay, here we go again. So let's talk about one standard deviation first. As you can see here, the manipulation low to high, we drag that down. We put the standard deviation tool from the high to low here. This is going to give us projected deviations of where the algorithm wants to move to, or where orders most likely will either reverse from and or start to slow down at. As you can see here, one standard deviation lines up perfectly with Asia low. -2 standard deviation lines up with New York PM low. Now, the sweet spot for me for targets, it's always going to be between -2 and -3 standard deviation. Do you see how this lines up perfectly here? This is going to give you guidance when you're shorting or taking longs on where targets should end up being. And when they line up with a New York PM low like this and or an Asia low like this, here's 1 standard deviation and -2 standard deviations, that's going to allow you to hold trades longer, guys. I get asked people ask me all the time, how do you hold trades towards targets? I use this. I use a standard deviation tool to some extent. So we know where we possibly might have a bounce from and where I possibly can hold for longer too. So when standard deviations are lining up with draws, man, that is really going to help you out and help you hold your trades longer and really maximize your RR. Bro gave us a live stream 2 days ago and another one today. I'm going to faint. Yeah, guys, I just want to make a quick little announcement here. I'm actually, since you're here, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. We have partnered up with the number one trading journal in the world, TradeZella. The PJ Trades community, I'm going to announce this on Tuesday. We're going live with that journal. If you guys want to take your trading to the next level and you're not tracking your trades, you're not taking it serious, if I'm being honest. You're not really a professional. You're a gambler, honestly. If you're not journaling, this journal, dude, is next level. And we're going to have a major discount code for everybody that wants it. But it is, I'm telling you right now, we're going to have a demo on Thursday. So if you're not in the Discord, get in there for the 10th time, the free Discord. I'm going to have a free demonstration, okay, from the lead tech guy at TradeZella. He's going to go through the entire software and show you guys how it works. Okay? This software is so sick, dude. You want to know what it does? Let's say that you didn't sleep well that night and you tagged that day that you didn't sleep well. Let's say you didn't meditate. Let's say you didn't have a good breakfast, or you whatever it is in the morning, your routine is off. You could start tagging this stuff on your trades and it will track. It will track when you're performing better. Like it's so cool and so advanced, and it's stuff that I use a trading journal called TraderSync, but this is way more advanced, man. They got AI built into this thing. They got so many cool stuff, man. So many cool different things. So we're gonna have that demonstration on Thursday. That's a free demonstration being done in the Discord. So tune in for that if you guys want to get that free demonstration on how TradeZella works, and then we're gonna have a major discount code with code PJ, of course, for you guys that want to buy it. And it's a great software, dude. Oh my God. Great software. You can back test on that software. You could track your trades down to the minute. What setup's working the best? What days working the best? What hours working the best? What's your win rate? What's your RR? What's your Zell? Like, dude, it's so advanced. It's so cool. I can't wait to really start implementing it. I already started this week. Just it auto syncs with all your prop firms too. You don't got to do anything. Auto syncs. Such a great software, guys. I love it. It's called TradeZella. And since you guys have been tuned in here for the last hour, I'm going to give you guys, if you are interested in it, I'll give you guys code PJ will get you 20% off. That's the best deal that journal has ever ran. So jump in there, get it. Sign up. I'm telling you right now, it's going to take your trading to the next level. It's really good. It's called TradeZella. That's how you spell it. I just typed it in the chat. It's honestly, if you really want to be a real trader, you need to track this stuff. You need to know when you're performing the best, when you're not. It's one of the best software platforms I've used. Brandon, thanks so much for the 9 hearts. And Zeri, thank you for the 9 hearts. 1 heart. Eno, thank you for the 1 heart. Thank you so much, man. Umar and PJ collab. Yeah, we're collabing right now, bro. We're gonna collab. That drops on Tuesday, bro. Yes, I do take partials. It's a big part of my trading, guys. Partials is a big part of my trading. For example, let's say that I'm in this trade here short, right? And my stop's above the inversion. for example, the first swing low, which is this swing low right here, I'm taking a partial off here. Whether it's half the position, whether it's 70%, but I am taking partials. I am locking in profit as I move down towards TP. I'm always paying the trader, guys. There's going to be some guys out there that trade a little bit differently, that let trades reverse against them and then get hit stop. I'm not going to name names, but what I do is on the way down, we secure money. Okay. You want to be paying the trader. Okay. And when we hit a major swing, we hit a swing low in our trade. One, this trade is getting moved to break even here. I'm trimming off partials, letting the rest run to TP1, TP2. That's how we do it. Yes, let's go. It's getting, oh wow, it's already hour 20 in, guys. Holy crap. Let's do some viewer questions. If you guys want to request to join right now is the time to do it. We'll do some Q&As. PJ, guys, code PJ. TradeZella, any firm you guys want to work with, also code PJ. Always code PJ. Any firm, also code PJ. You'll get the best possible discount on any firm that you guys are working with. I am going to bring in some people that want to ask questions right now, guys. So if you want to ask questions, make sure you request. What time frame do you use? I use all time frames. I use all time frames for to figure out basically what my bias is going to be, how things are lining up. Executions usually on the 1, 2, 3, or 5 minute time frame for executions. This is a 5-minute execution. Does this work on Forex? I advise you right now. I'm going to give you advice. I would run as fast as I could to get away from Forex. I traded Forex in 2016 to 2020. The swap fees, the spreads are going to ruin you long term. Get into futures as fast as possible so you can save on all that money. All right, let's bring some people in here. We got people waiting. Let's get on Caleb here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Caleb.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, brother.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Your name's Caleb, right?
My name is Caleb.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. I just started trading. I'm going to be honest, bro. I just requested. I didn't come prepared with a good question to ask.
Well, fire something off, bro. You just started. You got to have something.
Okay. So if you're just starting out, would you just 100% recommend to go with ICT's method, or would you recommend to go with something else?
I honestly, that's a good question.
Because I feel like every single person that's starting out uses that.
It's a great question. It really depends on like your personality and your style of trading. Like, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? Like, are you going to be a swing trader? Are you going to be a scalper? Are you going to be a day trader? Like, you have to figure out where you want to be. Every model is going to be different and geared towards a different style of trading. ICT trading is going to be mostly day trading. So you're going to be like in trades for like an hour, 2, 3, even less than that. Obviously, scalping is going to be very quick trading. That's going to be kind of a different style. I recommend that you figure out what kind of trader you want to be first. And then once you've kind of figured that out, you can implement whatever strategy aligns with that. I think people are drawn to ICT. And the reason I was drawn to ICT is because you kind of know what you're getting into. Like, the model makes a lot of sense, and it's a pattern-based recognition model. So when you're seeing it over time a lot, you can execute the model because you see it more. Like, it's like, all right, well, this is the pattern. I'm looking for this. I do think for a beginner though, it could be a little bit overwhelming, but if you do get some foundation in the model, you do go through some of like the ICT like videos, then in a couple of months, 6 months, something like that, maybe even a year, you'll be ready to actually trade.
Cool. I have a follow-up question too. So if you're gonna follow ICT's method, right? There's a lot of other people that will teach the same method through, their platforms, would you recommend to just go straight through only ICT, or it doesn't matter, you can learn it from anyone else?
I think you wanna, well, if you're gonna learn it from somebody else, you gotta learn from someone that actually knows what they're doing. Number
Mm-hmm.
one, like if they don't know what they're doing, then you know what I did was I went through ICT first, so and then I traded it for years before I even started posting anything on it because it is an advanced model. So I would go to ICT's mentorship, try to learn that first, get a foundation, then find a mentor that's actually doing it in real time and learn from them.
Right. Okay.
All right, bro.
All right, brother.
Good
Thanks
questions,
for the
Caleb.
advice.
Thank you, man. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
Yeah, chat. If you're just getting started with that, I mean, literally, I think that you guys should get like some kind of basis under your feet at least at first with ICTs, and then hop into whatever mentor you want to. I'm not gonna sit here and try to sell myself or whatever, but like then learn through them. That's how I would do it. I wouldn't just learn it and go blind and start from there. Like you want to actually watch somebody do it. All right, let's get somebody else in here. We got a lot of people on here right now. Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How's it going?
Good. I'm the same person who's asked you questions in the past, but I just had a model question to see if you would have taken this model. I don't know if do you mind going back to yesterday on NQ at 9, I believe it was like 9:40.
NQ at 9:40 in the morning, correct?
Yeah, so but it was on the 2 minute. It was on the 2 minute.
The inversion?
So
what was the model that you saw?
I tried taking like a short there, but I don't know, looking back on it, it wasn't like the best idea because we were also coming out of unicorn from the bottom too. But I tried taking, so I think it was at 9:40, the candles on the 2 minute. It was like it made a unicorn breaker, and then there was one inversion for value gap inside the breaker, and then one just bearish for value gap. And I tried going off the retest of the breaker, and I just got it just went straight to my stop loss. But I was wondering if it was like a good trade to take.
Yeah, the issue with this trade was that the market left a massive 1 hour fair value gap above you, and it gets very difficult trying to take a continuation short. I'm assuming your draw was the sell side that was below, like this wick down here. The issue with these, when you take it, like when it's this overextended to the downside, a lot of the time the market wants to retrace 50% of that move. So that move, that gap that it left, like there's the C of that gap is 155 points from the bottom of it. So it gets really, really tricky to want to take any type of shorts down here until you get a big retrace. Like you see how it came up to CE almost perfectly and then bounced and then like rejected off of that. You would have been better off waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like the model, you might see a model, but then you have to realize, like on the higher time frame, all right, we just dropped 500 points. This market likely wants to retrace deeper before looking for a continuation short.
Yeah, I knew that too at the time, but I thought because I was looking at the hour, I knew we were in the hour gap too, but I was looking at the 15-minute gap too, and then I think it entered like the second 15 gap on the way up.
Yeah, I see it.
So then, yeah, so that's why I thought it was like a decent trade, and then it swept the liquidity to the left, and then it made a 2-minute breaker, like perfect breaker for value gap. So I thought it was like a good trade, but then I just
where's the 2-minute breaker though? I don't see a 2-minute breaker really. That's the thing that's missing here. This is none of this in this area is a breaker. I only see a 2-minute inverse, and then it just like wicks. I can see why you'd be confused here, but then again, the issue you're gonna have in trying to take shorts this low, you got to remember you're then in a super discount of the range. You know, Like if you draw out your premium and your discount of the range, you're still in a massive discount. So you likely do want to wait to try to get closer into a premium to look for shorts.
Yeah.
But I don't see a 2-minute breaker at all. I think you might have misread that one.
No, it was 100%, but I don't know if it was at the exact time. I'm not home right now, so I can't look at my computer, but I might have been like a little later too. I don't know, but it's whatever.
All right, bro.
That's something.
Appreciate you coming on again, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't see a 2-minute breaker. He might have been trading something else, but I don't see a 2-minute breaker here for a short. All I see is a 2-minute inverse. Market had already dropped like massively, so it needed to pull back at least into 50% of the move, which is up here. And you can see what happens here, chat. This market ends up going up right up into that gap and taps it right here. Always, in my opinion, after a big move, guys, you really want to fade a continuation short unless there's like a really, really obvious draw on liquidity lower. But if the market starts putting in like, it starts doing this right here, you see how this is like a little, I call this like a bullish falling wedge, and then it breaks that wedge. It's just, GG's from there. You want to wait for a bigger retracement, which ends up happening here. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. All right, let's bring on some more people. Let's bring on this guy. What's up, buddy?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
All right, sorry for my English because it's not my first language, but my question would be, I watched whole ICT mentorship 2022 and 2024, and I've been demo trading for around 4 months, but like not consistently, so like on and off. And so far I'm trading just based off what I see. I don't have a particular strategy. So like I mark fair value gaps and inverse fair value gaps, liquidity and SMTs. And so far, most of my trades have been winning. And the losses that I take are very minimal, and most of the time I just don't trade. I just don't enter a trade once. Like it's not, I don't see a setup.
Okay.
So what would your recommendations be for a strategy, and how long should I be demo trading before I move on to the evals?
Well, wait a second. You said that you went through the mentorship?
Yes, 2022 model and 2024 full.
So you already have a model though. You're trading that model. No?
So yeah, basically based off that.
Okay, so you don't need a model though. You already have one, right? Is that I don't understand your question. You want to, if you're gonna trade the 2022 mentorship, then that's what you should be trading. It sounds like you're trading fair value gaps and it's working for you.
Yeah, and I also mark the NVOG and NDOG too. So like.
Yeah, so it sounds like you already have the strategy that you're working with. The 2022 model.
So I just didn't realize it, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, that is a strategy. I mean, if you're learning the 2022 mentorship, that is a model. So, yeah, you should definitely stick to what you've already been doing. And what I would do is before you move to an eval is obviously paper trade and understand what the model is and get used to it. But I would make like a challenge on the paper account. Let's say you have 10K in the paper account. Can you flip that 10K to, let's say, like 50K or 100K on that paper account? And if you're successful doing that, then after X amount of months, move yourself to an eval and take an eval. I mean, it's really low risk to take an eval anyway. You're not going to spend much money on it. It's a great way to learn and actually get into a real market environment where money is on the line. Because let me tell you one thing. Paper trading is great, but forward testing with real live funds is a completely different psychological, game that you're going to be playing. So Don't,
Yeah,
in my opinion,
also,
don't spend too much time on the back testing. You want to start to get into like real market conditions.
oh yeah, about the back testing, is it better to do that or just watch market live?
Back testing is great, man. I definitely would recommend everyone
So
here
you'd
back.
recommend that too, yeah?
Yeah, no, you don't want to just not back test. But what I'm saying is that you don't want to just be like a back tester and like you're really good at back testing, because when you get into a real live market where money's on the line, you're it's a totally different game. So you
Yeah,
gotta know the model. You gotta back test and make sure it works. But then once you get in, you really have to start moving into real market conditions, because that's where going to be your best teacher.
and about contract sizes, what would you recommend for a, let's say, 50K account?
What would I recommend? What do you mean?
Would you trade micros or minis?
On eval, I always tell people, I have a whole thing on this, but on evals, I would trade minis to try to pass them. If you're new, then just start trading with micros in the beginning, and just kind of start scaling up from there. But how I trade evals is completely different to how a beginner would trade them. I like aggressively trade the eval and try to pass into 1 to 2 trades.
Yeah, so most of the people doing that, but would you recommend a 50K account?
Yeah,
For the first-
100%, 100%. 50K has the best RR in my opinion. Most of the 50K accounts, like if you're using whatever firm you're using, you're gonna get like a 2K to $2,500 drawdown with a 3K target. That's like pretty easy to do.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. That will be all. God bless you, man, for what you do.
Make sure you use code PJ, brother. Code PJ.
Which prop firm would you recommend?
TPT, Take Profit Trader, Apex, Tradeify, My for the Futures. Those are like the top 4. Those are like the 4 best. And then
Is Apex better than Top Step?
no, Top Step's better.
Oh, all right. So Top Step would be the recommendation.
Yeah, Top Step's better.
Oh, all right. Thank you, man. That will be all.
All right, buddy. Thank you. All right, I'll take like maybe like 1 or 2 more questions. You suggest the 150K accounts. I don't suggest them, man. I don't. Because you have to look at it like this. On a 150K Top Step account, you're going to have to make $9,000 just to pass it. Then in order to then get a payout, and you want to get above buffer, right, to get a max payout, you got to get above that $4,500 so you have no more trailing. So essentially, you got to make like 14, 15K before you can take a payout. It doesn't make any sense. Just buy a 50K. And the other thing is a 150K, right? The max you can take out on a 150K is the same that you can take out on a 50K. So I see no value in the 150. The value is in the 50Ks. Any firm. I'm gonna take like 1 or 2 more questions, guys. I gotta get off and use the bathroom. No, Top Step doesn't run promos. They're annoying. Let's go with this guy right here. Yo,
Hello.
what's up,
Can you
man?
hear
How
me?
are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. How about you?
Good, man. Your name's James?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, I have a question, like basically like regarding win rates. So like because I see a lot of trader like they claim like they have like a 70% win rate with a 1 to 2 RR. Do you think it's sustainable? Because like I have like a 40% win rate only with a 1 to 2 and it's messed with my psychology a lot. So I strategy hops a lot. So what is your advice?
So my advice for what exactly though? Your win rate is 44% and it's messing with your psychology?
Yeah, like just 40% and it's just 1 to 2 RR. So like I'm asking like is 70% win rate like actually like sustainable, achievable?
It is definitely it's definitely achievable. It's definitely sustainable and achievable to both your questions. It depends. How many trades are you taking in a day?
Like 2, normally 2, maximum 3, yeah.
Yeah, so 40%. How long have you been trading for?
I've actually been like more than a year, but it's very hard for me to be constantly profitable, yeah.
Hmm. So so right now you have a 40% win rate. Your average RR is 1 to 2. You should actually be making money. Are you risking too much on your losing trades or something?
No, it's I'm being consistent, but on evals like 40%, it's very hard to maintain the drawdown. But yeah, I do risk a lot, like 2% per trade.
On evals at least. Well, I mean, listen, if you're at 40% and you have a 1 to 2 R, you should be making money on actual, like a funded account. If you're on evals and you're getting the drawdown is eating into that, then that I completely understand that. But my best advice, man, for evals is you got to really release the fear. You can't be worried about losing an eval. I'll take like literally an A+ trade and I'll hammer like 3 minis on that and try to pass in one trade. It gets, in my opinion, it gets a little bit easier when you move to funded because you can drop your risk down then. And what my rule of thumb is, for every $500 worth of drawdown, you're using 1 micro. So if you have a 2K drawdown, you use 4 micros. Like if your risk is on point and you have a win rate of 1 to 2 RR, you have a 1 to 2 RR risk to reward, and your win rate is above 33%, you're gonna make money long term. So the issue comes into play is the drawdown. What firm are you using? Are you intraday trailing or do you have end of day?
No, I'm trading forex on the 5% area, so it's end of day, I think. Yeah.
Oh, you're 5%ers. Okay, end of day. Yeah, man. I think what you need to do is, if you really want to pass an eval and you're struggling with them right now, I think you need to reduce your risk sizing. I think you should just slowly take it steady so you can get the confidence of actually passing it. Sounds like you're risking too much right now. I'd maybe scale back the risk on the eval and just slowly focus on higher quality setups. Because if you have a 44% win rate at a 1 to 2 RR, if you just scaled back the risk, you could probably slowly get your way to a 3K to pass.
No, so like my question is like I should stuck to that strategy, right? I should not be hopping, right?
Oh no, you should definitely not be strategy hopping. And what strategy are you trading?
It's like it's pretty similar, but it's just like liquidity sweep on the London session. No, on Asian session, and continuation model on doing London session. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would really perfect the model that you're trading with and not try to strategy hop. Don't strategy hop. That's very dangerous.
And just for one more thing is like when you're marking at Peter Ray like key levels, do you only look at 5 minutes time frame, or you also look at higher time frame?
Higher time frames as well, all the time. Yeah, 5 all the way up to the daily, to the weekly. If there's a PD array that's in that area, we need to know about it.
Oh yeah, okay. That's all. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No problem, bro. Thankful I found PJ a month ago, this early in my trading career, developing good habits. Thank you so much, man, for being a part of the community, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, I'm going to use the bathroom really quickly. I've been drinking a ton of water and coffee, so give me 1 second. I'm confused. Is the market open? Is the market open? I'm making so much money right now on Saturday at 12 o'clock, bro. This is the best market I ever traded. Oh, man. All right. Bryce is asking me to accept his request. So let me put Bryce on the spot here. Let me put Bryce on the spot. Bryce has a car photo. What kind of car is this, Bryce? Do we have any female traders that want to ask questions? I feel like I always have dudes. Let's get some females on here. We'll get Bryce in. Let's see if we get some female traders.
BJ,
Yo, what's good, brother?
what's good, man? Hey, question for you. I'm in your premium, but I got a
Yes.
question. I just saw you were on live, so let me ask it. So I have 2 funded TPT accounts, and I got 3 evals, but I'm trying to figure out if I should, because it's hard for me because I try to copy trade all 5, but then if I have a bad trade, then I'm dropping the evals back down and on top of my funded. So should I just solely try to pass each individual eval by itself like I did with the first 2, or should I continue just trying to copy trade? Because it's a hard thing, because if you have a banger day, then you know what I mean, you're getting all them accounts back to where they need to be. But if you have a shitty day, then obviously you're killing all 5.
Wait. You're copy trading your evals and your fundeds?
No, so I'm like what I did was I copy traded all 5 accounts and then kept blowing them, but then I individually passed my 2 funded. And then I'm like right now I'm copy trading the 3 that aren't funded, but it's like I feel like I had more success individually trading, you know what I mean, each account. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's just like I think that's just you're mentally just thinking that. It's not really, in my opinion, it's not really like a factor in the, like, you know what I mean? Like I think you're just like maybe thinking that it went better because you traded them individually. Personally, I don't really believe that. I mean, the model, if the model presents, it's the model's going to present, and you're going to take it on all 3 of them. But if, in my opinion, if you're trading the evals, I try to get through the evals quickly. I know TPT has the 5-day rule, so you have to really 50% rule on the 5 days. But I don't know. Personally, I would bunch them. I wouldn't say just like trade 1 and then trade like you said. If you catch like a banger A+ 95-point trade, you could pass right there. You're gonna be pissed that you took it on 1 and not on like 3 of them, and they're evals, you know.
Right. Well, the point of me trying to just pass like the first account and then the second is because I need payouts. You know what I mean? So like having payouts on 2 accounts is better than not having payouts at all. You know what I'm saying? But eventually you got to get the 5. I'm struggling with is getting all 5 accounts, passed.
Yeah, I think you're focusing too much on getting to your destination rather than focusing on the actual process to get, like in between. When you start focusing on that you need to get payouts, you're never going to get payouts.
Yeah.
Like I used to think like that, and it puts you in a really bad mind state because you're like forcing yourself, like, I need to get a payout. You really need to just be patient and wait for the setups to present and focus on the charts. If you do that, the payouts will come easily. So it's a different mindset switch. It's something that you need to really like develop over a course of time, where it's like focus on the strategy, focus on the journaling, focus on the charts, focus on this, like everything else that you need to do in between there. If you do that correct, those payouts come very fast. But if it's like, I need to get there, I need to do that now, it never worked for me personally.
Right. It's funny you say that, because I thought to myself yesterday, as I found myself in the market a lot longer than what I wanted to be, trying to pass these 3 evals. You know what I mean? Like we had our setup in the morning and then made our money, and I was in the market till, New York session was done. And it's like, why am I still here? Because I'm trying to pass these evals when I shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I mean, a lot of it is the mental capacity too that a trader has. I mean, if you take a trade and you're in there for 2 hours or 3 hours, I personally am shot. I'm not trying to sit there and trade AM and then trade PM. I mean, it's just too much trading. And the more that you're engaging with the market, the more that you're going to lose money. So the whole idea is wait for the trade setup to present, a great trade setup, take it, put the risk you're comfortable with putting on, and be done. That's it. Like after that, you don't want to go back and chase, because this is a stat, chat. This is a crazy stat. The trade right after you take a losing trade is your least probable trade you're ever going to take.
Damn.
So if you take a losing trade and you immediately look to take another trade after that, that is going to be your worst trade you can possibly take.
Got you. Okay. Cool. Good shit, PJ. I'll see you Tuesday, buddy.
Bryce, what kind of car is that?
It's a 5.0 Mustang.
Nice, dude. Nice. Love it. American
All
muscle.
Right, brother. That's it, man.
Peace
All
out,
right, bro.
Peace out, Bryce. I'll see you. Yeah, developing strictness on when to execute, man, I'm telling you, is a skill set in its own. I think it's a lot of thing that people don't have. A lot of people will watch this market, for example. Let's go back to the example that I was talking about here. This is an example of when not to be trading and when to be trading. Let's go back to this example here. A lot of people that are really just like trigger happy, I call it. I put out a video on TikTok that did really well. And what I said was the best traders in the world are sitting out from the market more than they're engaging with it. Do you guys understand that? You guys have to understand that. The best traders in the world are sitting out more than they're engaging. And what I see from losing traders, they're in the market all day long. They are literally in the market all day long. I don't know how the heck you guys can be in this market all day long. You're going to trade things that are not there. You're mentally going to start to play tricks on yourself and say, this looks really good. This looks really good. Because, dude, you're exhausted. You're in the market for 8 hours a day, bro. Guys, the whole reason that I do this business and anybody that does this business is to spend more time away from the charts. You think if I wanted a 9 to 5, I'd go sign up and go to corporate America and work a 9 to 5. We trade to have more time freedom. Why the heck are you sitting in the market 8 hours a day? You're going to play tricks on your mind. So like in this example right here, you need to know that this is a seek and destroy price action, low probability area. Like you're not going to be engaging in this action until the market takes a liquidity point, right? So why the heck, I know that 90% of people are probably end up trading in the zone here. That's just, it's the hard reality, but 90% are going to get chopped up in that zone. And it's up to the trader to identify that this is low probability seek and destroy price action too. And if there is no model, there is no trade. If there is no sweep, there is no trade. Like, I don't take that many trades. Like, for example, right? For example, this week inside my premium, right? This is what we did this week. You guys have to understand this, man. If you don't understand this, you're literally cooked. I'm telling you right now, you're cooked. If you think you need to trade more, you're cooked. Here it is right here. AM session, we took one trade. We lost 34 points. PM session, plus 95 points. Okay, that's 2 trades on the day. Wednesday, 1 trade, 60 points. Thursday, 1 trade, 37 points. Choppy, but manageable. See how I'm writing this stuff down? What we took the market gave us. Very choppy, but still made 37 points. NQ, break-even day. We took, I think, 3 trades. 1 winning, 1 losing, 1 break-even. Plus 158 points on the week. And I didn't take that many trades. And it wasn't in the market that long. So you guys gotta you gotta realize that the more you're going to engage with this market, the more money you're going to lose. You do not want to be at the charts every single day. That's the truth. Take it from me. I thought in the beginning of my career, the more I traded, the more money I was going to make. Boy, was I wrong. The more you trade, the more money you're going to lose. So this week, what I would do, really simple. Say every single day, the max amount of trades you're going to take is 2 trades. That's it. If it's a loser, I would probably get off, right? If it's a loser. If it's a winner, that winner, here's my rule of thumb. If that first trade is a winner, chat, if you find another A model setup on that second trade, you're only allowed to risk half of what you made on the first trade on that second one. If you made $500 and you somehow saw another model that's A, and again, that's rare for a session, guys. Understand that. That's rare for a session. Market's closed, bro. Why? Bro, I know he's serious. He's serious too. He's not even joking. He's actually serious. Okay, no, now you're trolling me. Now you're trolling me. Now you're trolling me. Dude, America runs on Dunkin', bro. I'm not a Starbucks person. Don't make fun of me, but America runs on Dunkin'. Oh my god, he said check my YouTube. And then he plugs his YouTube. I got a real question. What's your question, brother? What was I even talking about? What's your favorite time frame for finding setups? From the 15-minute down. From the 15-minute down. 15, 5, 3, 2, 1, 30-second down. All 15 down. I like to really find 15-minute sweep liquidity into a PD array. And once I get that 15-minute PD array model, I can bring it, fine-tune it down into like the 1 minute, 30-second final model. Jay Reed wants me to join him real quick. Give me a second. Guys, can we get up to 95,000 likes on the stream today? 95,000 likes. We have 400 people sitting in here, 320 followers on the day. I'm giving you guys out free sauce from a 9-year pro. Let's see if we can get up to 400 followers today, guys. Come on. Appreciate the follows. If you guys are new here, just follow along, man. Just follow the stream. That's all I ask, man. Just follow the channel. That's all I ask. The 2 trade rule, man, it's very simple. 1 trade, 1 winner, you're done. 1 loser, 1 winner, you're done. 0-2, you're done. It's a 2 trade rule, bro. Very simple. Shice, thank you for the sword. Mr. M, thank you for the hat. Martin, thank you for the rose. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. All right, let's bring on maybe 1 or 2 more guest speakers here. See we Will I upload this on YouTube? Yes, this will be uploaded on YouTube, guys. All my live sessions are uploaded on YouTube. I'm gonna make a playlist for it, but all the past ones are already up there. Jay Reed has a question. He has a question. Jay Reed,
Yo,
what's good, man?
bro, I got a question, right? Does the breaker always need to take liquidity on the buy side or the sell side? Because I'm trying to enter on, like, you know, the breaker or the order block. Bro, this whole week has been shit for me with price action. I've been waking up at 2 in the morning to trade Asian session, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not Asian session. I've been trading like in the middle of the night, bro, trying to like get an entry. It's just the morning session.
Yeah. The AM session has been really bad.
The overlap, bro, is like, and I'm fairly new. I'm very new to this. I'm like 7-8 months in, bro. It's just too choppy for me, man. It's like keep getting stopped out and then. But again, does the breaker always need to? Like, I watch other videos, and again, I always comment. I know you see my comments. Like, bro, even after the 2022 and the 2024, like, the breaker really, I know it's explained, but you broke it down so much easier, bro. But some of the ones I go back to is never saying that it has to take liquidity. And I'm saying it's.
So, for what I would recommend is, yes, if the breaker is taking liquidity, it's going to be a higher probability model for you to trade out of. So, like, actually, in this example here, there's a breaker that happens here at 3:15 in the afternoon. As you can see, this market comes down and sweeps this liquidity to the left here. See how this sweeps that liquidity?
Yeah.
And then if you dumb it down onto like a 1 minute time frame, you can see that this market actually gives, I think it's a 2 minute breaker. Let's see. Yeah, clean little 2 minute breaker here.
All right.
So then there's a 2 minute breaker here. We swept liquidity. Right, and then here's your entry model right for this breaker. So it's gonna be in my opinion, it's gonna be a higher probability breaker if you're actually sweeping some kind of key liquidity. If you just find a breaker randomly, You could get a lot of false signals with that. So it always is better to wait for a liquidity pool of some sort to get swept and then look for the reversal towards the opposite draw in liquidity. It's just going to be higher probability.
Yeah, I'm back testing as you're talking, and that's a heads up now. All right, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, guys, you always want to wait for some sort of liquidity to be swept, in my opinion. This breaker right here ends up delivering. Let's see how many points this ends up delivering. Ends up delivering 81 points off the breaker on the 2-minute time frame. Let's see if it actually goes higher from here. I don't think it does. Just sort of dies. Oh, yeah, it's end of the session, but there's a little 2-minute breaker in here that actually does deliver 82 points. As you guys can see, we put a low, high, lower, low, higher, high. Retest the breaker, 80-something points. And the reason that this would be a higher probability breaker is because you swept that 15-minute liquidity pool all the way to the left, which I marked out. The only issue with this is I usually probably never would trade this late into the session, especially, 3 o'clock. I don't trade that late. It's a PM session. I got a story. Ooh. I got a story. I like that. Let's see what this guy's got to say.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, you said you have a story. I want to hear it.
Yeah, so I started out and I got sucked into a $500 a month trading group Discord. Really? And I didn't know anything about trading, and I just want people on here to know, like, if you're following PJ, I highly recommend you just stick with him. If you're going to join anything, join his. I did a year straight of losing my buns, like,
damn,
day in and day out. This guy traded only the 30-minute chart. It was horrible. It was just insane, man. And then I was scrolling TikTok, and here I see PJ trading these breakers, and I'm like, oh, let me go in and kind of research this and, back test. And ever since then, man, I've qualified every eval I've ever had.
No way.
Yeah, I've gotten multiple payouts the last 2 months. I've made like $5,000. It's pretty, and that's only on 4 Apex accounts.
Wow, man, that is awesome. What a story.
But I want people to know, like, you really got to take your time. I mean, you really got to have patience. I mean, don't fly into it and think you're going to be making $100,000 in a year. Like, just take it slow. Yes. Wait for the setups. Don't push yourself. Build that psychology, Don't rush it.
W's in the chat. W's in the chat for this right here, guys. W's in the chat.
I rushed it for a long time, and I'm on like my 50th PA, and it's like, that's a lot of money, guys. That's like 18,000 just down the toilet. So take your time, learn the system, learn your setups, perfect your setups. And realistically, all you have to do is get like a few PA accounts and then make 150 a day, and you're going to make bank.
Yeah. That's all I try to tell people.
You're going to make bank. So I just want everyone, I suffered. I lost a lot of money trying to figure out who I could trust, what Discord, and I got screwed. And I just think you guys need to really focus on PJ here, because he knows what he's doing, and these setups work. And I mean, me and a buddy do it every single day on our own Google call with a bunch of people, and we do it for free because trading's hard enough. Trading is hard enough, man. Oh, yeah. Let alone trying to charge people $500 a month to do something. We just, the end goal is we want to do this for a living. Like, we want to make this our job.
Yeah.
So work together and just be patient. And I can't thank you enough, man.
I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you. I mean, that's amazing stuff. And it just goes to show you that, like you said, if you put the time and work in and you take your time with it, because people think you're going to rush from point A to point, and they're going to get there so quickly, and that's when they make mistakes. But you're literally a proven testimony that if you take the time and take it slow, you could really turn it around fast, is what I try to tell people.
Yeah, and it does. It manifests itself in a very quick manner. The other thing I want to say is stick to your setups. If you have a breaker block entry and you put a stop down there and you have that stop there, do not move your stops, guys. Like, you will get wrecked. I've had a couple PA trades where I'm like, oh, I move it down because I see another fair value gap lower that I think it'll bounce off of, and then I add, and then you just get blown out of the water. So always respect your stops, and don't if you lose and it goes the other way, well, now you can reevaluate, journal your trade, reevaluate what you could have did differently. It's a constant. When you take losses, don't look at it as like a bad thing. Look at it as like, okay, I'm learning from what I did. What can I learn from what I did? Right?
Yeah, exactly. Every single trade is going to be a learning lesson. And I always tell people I recommend going back to that trade that they took, screenshotting it, journaling it, writing down why they took the trade from point A to point B. What was the model? What was the trend? And once you do that over the course of many times, many trades, you're going to start to see a consistency in your trading because you're trading the same thing over and over again, right?
Exactly.
So it's the consistency that really, really matters. That can you identify these patterns over the course of many, many trades? And then, like you said, keep your risk in check and keep your stops in check. But the thing that most people don't do is exactly what you said. They over leverage the trades, which ends up blowing their accounts so quickly, rather than just sticking with it slowly, progressive, like the turtle, and just keep going and going and going until they get to the finish line. So I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate the testimonial.
And I mean, I've had weeks where I've only made like $70 on a trade.
Yeah.
But I've won like 3 days in a row, and then I hit a $300 day, then I hit a $100 day, then I hit a $250 day. So I mean, even the small little wins are good because you're still padding those accounts.
100%.
So, I mean,
100%. Especially like you said, when you're copy trading multiple accounts. I tell people this all the time. People will ask me, I'll post a trade, and that trade might have made, like, let's just say $400, and they're like, well, why are you only taking $400? What people don't realize is, guys, we're copy trading multiple accounts. Like, I might be copy trading on that day, any given day, 5 accounts or 10 accounts, depending on what firm I'm with. So when you're making $500 times 5, like, that's a lot of money. Like, you don't need more than that. You don't need more than that. Even $100, $200 is a lot of money.
And then they have a thing too called Replicanto, where you can like have 10 accounts from like 4 different firms, and you can really, you can scale that up like massively.
People don't realize that the prop firm business right now is probably the lowest hanging fruit in the entire industry. Like, if you can figure out how to, and this is what I teach inside of the Discord as well, guys. Like, I teach you how to build your prop firm businesses because it is a business. They're giving you an opportunity to leverage a ton of accounts for a low amount of money with a massive high reward. So you won't really see me trading personal capital in this environment because the environment is so volatile. Like, every single day, we don't know if there's going to be a Trump tweet. We don't know if there's going to be, a tariff war. So leveraging these prop firms right now it's the lowest hanging fruit. You guys really need to know how to build your business around this stuff if you want to actually make some big money.
I got one question for you, and this is kind of like an opinion question. What do you feel about, because I wanted to pad the accounts, the PAs a little bit more, and then take like a big payout and put like 5-10 into like a personal account, and then copy trade that account with everything else, but not take anything out of the personal account. You know what I mean?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you run that question by me again? Sorry, I just had a text message I had to answer.
So I got 5 or 6 PAs right now, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trading Apex. What I want to do, and I've got them around 56K. So I want to take out, I'm going to pad them a little more, and I want to take out like $4,000 and put it into like a Ninja account.
Okay, in like an actual personal prop.
Exactly.
Personal account. Yeah.
And then copy trade that with those other ones, but just stack that account and not take.
I wouldn't copy trade the personal with the other ones.
No.
Okay. I would keep that separate. Always keep that separate. Yeah.
Right on.
Yep.
But yeah, that's just kind of my spiel. I wanted to just give like my personal testimony, like what I've been through. And
what was your name, by the way? I didn't get your name.
Spencer.
Spencer, man, thank you so much for coming on and yeah, and I really appreciate the words and everything. That's awesome.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Spencer. See you, man.
Yep.
Wow. Did not expect that. It's crazy, man. Like I said, you don't know. I don't know personally who I'm speaking to out there. I don't know who's listening, who's watching, but there's people out there, just like you heard Spencer, that are taking these tools and implementing them themselves, making really good money. So, it just goes to show you that this stuff works. People want to rush it. If you take the time, like Spencer said, you implement the strategies, you implement the risk, and you're patient, you will end up making money. It's what I try to teach you guys all the time. So, guys, listen, I'm going to head out here. This is one of the longest streams. I think we hit a 2-hour stream last stream. We're at 2 hours already. I think I gave out so much information today, and I'm getting a little bit tired, and I got some stuff to do. So I'm going to call it here. And yeah, again, if you guys want to join in on the Discord channel, we've got a free Discord, a great community of traders, futures traders specifically in there. So much free content. If you want to upgrade at any point and come trade with us live on the live trading floor, that's our premium channel. That's $100 a month that we do. But yeah, it's totally no pressure. I don't really care what you guys do as long as you're taking this stuff. And like you said, Spencer, look at him, man. He's not even a premium member. The guy's crushing it. So appreciate you guys. And again, I will see you guys probably next Saturday for another live stream like this. I'll post this on YouTube. And yeah, man, have a great Memorial Day weekend, guys. I love you guys as usual. You guys are amazing. Have a great day.